I'm curious because I don't think there's any information that I saw, because you've been such a successful hit maker. Do you have a particular philosophy about making hits? Because again, your ability to move through genres, you know.
If I have a philosophy, it's that I don't know what a hit is.
Okay.
I am always surprised if something is successful commercially or not.
So you wouldn't fall in the trap of thinking, okay, this one's going to be a hit.
I sometimes I think it's going to happen, and it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sometimes I say to my fans, if I knew how to recreate it, I would.
Oh yeah, they always say, "What's your formula?" I said, "Are you kidding?"
Well, that's why I asked more of a philosophy.
Yeah. No, my philosophy is don't think about it.
Yeah. I do think it's remarkable that obviously there's cultural influences in your music as you go through the eras, but you seem overall immune to trend. Is that a fair comment, you think?
Yeah. I think I'm out of the sui generis kind of thing. It's I try and even I don't do it at all now. I don't even pay any attention to trend. But even in days when it was more important because of the way radio worked and all that.
Yeah.
I still only just picked and chose little things to try and be relevant and congruent with the other people that were on the radio.
Yeah.
Although my stuff wound up not really sounding like everybody else.
Yeah. Were you receiving any particular business pressure to go in a particular direction at that time?
Yeah. I always used to get like Tommy Mottola pressure, that kind of stuff.
Can you define that?
It
would be very good if you would
stop playing those guitar songs, stay with the piano.
Yeah, I had a manager once tell me, "You write songs that girls like. What is all this heavy, loud guitar music?" He said you should just stick with the pretty girl songs.
Oh yeah, that was
1990, which is before all.
I wrote "You Make My Dreams." He said, "What's that, Charles Dickens?" What is that supposed to mean?
Oh my God. Okay, so we're at the watershed moment of the second Atlantic album. Rich Girl goes #1. Great, still one of the great songs all time. Is there a fresh story there about that song?
I don't know if it's a fresh story. There is the story.
All right, tell me this story.
I mean, I've told this story, but it was Sarah Allen's college boyfriend, who she still not hung out with, but knew. And he came to our house, our apartment, and he was tripping or something. I don't know. He was acting pretty crazy, and he happened to be an heir to a fast food place in Chicago. In Chicago area.
Was it Sausage King stuff?
It was one of those kind of things, yeah. And he left. I went, man, he's a rich boy, but he's gone too far. And then I sat down and went, he's a rich boy and he's gone too far. And that's about as far as I got. And then I said, no, that don't sound right. So I changed it to Rich Girl and then finished the song.
I'm curious at this stage, because I know how the music business works all too well. There had to be someone in your ear telling you at this time to go solo. There had to be.
My real friends.
Okay.
As opposed to the business people.
Was there any internal dilemma for you of following that?
There was a lot of people, and this went on for quite a while, where people were saying, why don't you just
Are you innately a loyal person?
I am, actually. I mean, I do consider myself very loyal.
Yeah.
And to a fault sometimes. And I did this. I bucked it and went with Robert and did those 2 records with Robert, and that was when I was actually making a statement, going like, okay, I'm doing a solo thing, but I got so much pushback from my manager, Mottola, and the record company. It just made it impossible. They sabotaged it. That's really what happened. I mean, as simple as that.
Is it because they're like, This is working. Don't mess it up.
The old cash cow. They liked it. They thought Hall & Oates was more viably was more commercial to their interests.
Do you wish now that you had heeded that call?
I wish that I would have done more with Robert. Yes, yeah, and he does too. I mean, Robert and I are close friends. And
another total gentleman.
Yeah, a great guy, really great guy. And I just saw him a couple of weeks ago, and I wish that we had done more together. Yes, I do. I mean, he was into it. He was pushing for it. He said, let's go. Let's, he wanted to call it League of Gentlemen. He said,
okay,
and you be the singer, and then we'll write songs and da-da-da. And then, I just it got too much pressure. I mean, I was living in a bubble. I will be first to say that I was almost semi-hypnotized by it all, because I was kept in a situation where I didn't really have any advisors.
They did that back then very well
in the business. I mean, everybody was on the side against me, and they were all in collusion with each other, whether it be lawyers or accountants or record company or the whole thing, management. And they were all saying the same thing: stick with Oates, stick with Oates, stick with Oates. And then I did the Voices album, and that was around the time when I could have made that choice of either going and doing some
77.
No, this was more like 79.
Okay.
And whether I was going to do this thing with Robert or I was going to make an album for RCA.
Yeah.
And I did it. And then, I don't know what you want to call it. Fortunately,
they kind of buried it.
Well, it became, I mean, that was Kiss on My List and all that stuff.
Okay.
So then it was successful.